Welcome back to Call for Wisdom. My name is Deborah, and with me today I have my sister Ahava. Say hello, Ahava.
Hello. Hello, my beautiful people.
Yeah, we are excited to be right back. And you know what? We thank the good women out there on the internet who keep on providing great content to review.
Yes.
So, if it wasn't for their misery, we wouldn't be here. I shouldn't say
No,
that.
wasn't for that
But we're
craziness.
going to review something special today. We're going to be reviewing disrespect, the subtle disrespect that happens in marriages. And when it's public, it's a little bit worse, don't you think, Sister Hava? When it's
Yes,
public,
very
not that you
much
should
so.
be disrespecting your husband at all. But Sister Hava sent me some clips, and I haven't watched it yet. So it's the first time I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to share it with you, and we're going to do a review about it because she found it on the internet. And by the way, if you find anything interesting like that and you want to share it with us, you can always send me an email or Sister Hava an email. I'll leave her contact information in the description below, and you can always share those little links with us because we love to do reviews together. So, Sister Hava here, where did you come up with this one here? Who's this? Let's
This
see.
one, I just happened to be strolling and I see once I listened to it, I was like, what in the world is going on here?
Let's
Like
see what
the
they're up to.
disrespect without the knowing
Yeah,
the disrespect.
the level of disrespect. Well, let's see what we can learn from it and what not to do, right? Okay,
Right.
here we go.
Hey, that's you right there. Stand up. Stand up. Because I had explaining to do. That's the lady that paid for my nails yesterday.
Listen, because I said,
I came on. I said,
tell y'all, woman of God, you know, so listen, before we left, can I just say this real quick?
yes, yes.
So before we left, I said to him, I said, honey, do you want me to pay for your manicure and your pedicure today? He said, oh, no, don't worry about it. And so I said, you sure? He said, no, don't worry about it, which is exactly who he is. So then he come calling me after he get to the nail place and say to me, this lady paid for my nails and my feet. I said, the devil is a liar. Listen, I know how to take care of my own. I asked you before you left, but no, thank you so much for blessing my husband.
Mm.
Same place. Meet me there.
Yo, he would have kept my money and still let her pay for it.
No, I'm grateful. We're asking everybody. We're, hey,
Huh? Huh? Did you catch that one? Did you catch
You
that
catch
one? Did you catch that? First of all, there's when the sneaky monogamy only police come in, eh? She's saying that
Listen,
woman paid for my husband's pedicure.
do you hear me? She paid for my husband. I could take her
Ah,
my old husband.
wow. So she's take offense about that. And the women in the audience are all agreeing with her.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
very much so. And did you catch how she said, she asked him, do you want me to pay for it? He was like, no. She said, that's just how he is. And then at the end,
Mm.
she talking about, girl, he probably would have took my money and did still let you pay for it.
You see, and then everybody laughs, right? And everybody laughs. But what does that tell the world is that he's like stingy? He's take my
Exactly.
money and still make me pay for it.
Or just get what he can get from women. He'll accept whatever from women.
Oh, he'll like, oh, yeah.
Because
And
if
then,
he'll take her money and still let the other woman pay for it.
mm-hmm. But the thing is, they're making banters, and maybe if they made this little whole like joke at home, it wouldn't have been so big of a deal.
Yeah.
But when you do it on the public, and this is in their church, right?
Yes.
It's what does it tell other women?
That is acceptable. It tells you not to guard your mouth and what you say. Like
Hmm.
it's a time and a place for everything.
Hmm.
And
There's a
that's
time and
just
a place for everything, yeah.
eh,
And the thing is, so we are very sensitive to it because in the Torah observant women community, which is called for wisdom, this is my
yeah,
primary group of women. We try to be very submissive to our husbands and very
yeah.
respectful, right?
Hmm.
And even in our poking and our teasing,
Yes.
We don't do it in public, number one.
Exactly.
And number two, you probably even shouldn't do it in private because he's not your equal,
It's
right?
certain things that you don't say to your husband. It just goes back to
Mhm.
the Bible. Even when you talk about the Proverbs 31 woman, her husband was known in the
Mhm.
gates. He was known because of how she was and how she took care of the house and how she presented him. This is how you present your husband to the world.
Mhm.
So, what does that say? Like, your job is to make sure that you always uphold his reputation. Always
Mhm.
make sure that you're making your husband look good. That's not making him look good in the sight of people.
No, because she was making him look bad so she could look better. So she can make herself look generous, because she
Hmm.
offered to pay, so she has money to pay. She had to let everybody know that she's generous towards him, you
Exactly.
know? And she wanted to prevent any other woman to think that they could help him in any other way because she's a
Mhm.
monogamy police.
Mine. In the real world, in
Mhm.
polygyny, he's community property. Not community property, but you
Well,
know, just belong to you. He
he
don't
doesn't
just
solely
belong
belong
to
to you.
you.
Yeah, he solely
Yes,
doesn't belong to you.
you
And
don't own
even if he has not yet taken on another woman, which by the way,
it.
those of you who are new to biblical marriage, what we're talking about is polygyny. The man having
Yes.
the biblical right to take on more than one wife. That's called polygyny. And it's not a term in the Bible, it's a concept in the Bible called biblical marriage because he
Hmm.
doesn't have to do it, but he has the right to do it, right?
Yes.
So with that in our back of our mind, we don't see our husband as cheating when he
Yes.
flirts with a single woman. Nothing like that. The woman has to be available. That's the whole point, right?
Yes.
You can't do it to
Hmm.
another man's ish. But
Wife.
if
Hmm.
there's a single woman and your husband is flirting with another single woman and the single woman wants to pay for his drink and his meal, is that up to us to say something about it, sister?
No.
No, right? And the caveat is that the definition of adultery in the Bible is determined on the woman's marital status, right? So
Yes.
if you are a single woman and a married man approaches you and flirts with you, this is
Mhm.
not adultery for him to do that,
Yes.
as long as you're single. But if you are married, then he's not supposed to engage in you like that. You
Exactly.
belong to
Mhm.
another man. So
But
as long as the pastor knew the marital status of the person doing his feet, the esthetician, the pedicurist, that's none of his wife's business. You know?
now you know what was funny because he
Mm.
shouted at talking about in 2 weeks. I'll meet you back there, same
You
place.
you notice? You notice? Well, we know the history of this pastor in particular.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you
Uh,
furthermore
uh,
invade that in his reputation?
yeah, and she's kind of poking on it in a little way, you know.
Yes,
And this is
low
another
key.
thing, by the way, it's a low key poke, and we're going to be talking more about this in the conference coming up. I'm going to be doing a conference in January, which is the Restoration Conference with Brother Pete Rambo is hosting it, and I'm probably going to leave a little commercial about that at the end of this episode. But Brother Mike Allen, my husband, and I, we're going to be doing a talk about catch the little foxes. And the
Yes.
little foxes represent those little things in
Mhm.
relationships that destroy your field, destroy it.
Yes.
And it's a little subtle teasing and poking in public
Mhm.
that we think, oh, it's so innocent. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, look at her. She's so beautiful. And he's laughing. As long as he's laughing, then there's no harm. No harm.
It is harm.
Is there harm? We need to
Yeah.
be a little bit more on tune to that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you gave me another one. Let's see if we can share the other one here. And I'm going
Yes.
to do that. Okay. So let's see what this person here has to say. Who is this person? Who's
This one
he?
is more of a sad.
Morris up. Okay. Let's see what he got to say.
For the first time, put your hands together and give God praise.
This the first time, remember?
Vessel Church, as she makes a very special announcement.
Is that the right one?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, bless the Lord. Yes, I'm going to give my announcement out there really fast. All my women, make some noise. Yeah. Listen, before I was sharing Bishop, you guys have seen. I was sharing Bishop a vision I had for my personal ministry. And he says to me, he says, why you can't do that at the church? And I said, oh, he said, yo, we become one. I said, oh, so singles, make sure you know who you marrying, that you don't marry somebody that try to compete with you. So Bishop, thank you so much for all that came with me. Ministry, goofy, loud, happy, loving. I appreciate you. You are, despite what the haters on the internet say about you, you are an integral man. You don't take or rob. The church didn't pay for the wedding. Y'all stop lying. God's been good to me. Y'all stop that. Y'all stop the devil. You are defeated. Yeah. Ted saying all these lies about the man of God. I bought the helicopter. He didn't buy the helicopter. Let's make that straight while we screaming. Y'all stop lying. Stop it. Everybody not wrong. And everybody don't need the church's money. So hey, God's been good, y'all. I just don't look good. But I have surrendered my life to God. And he's blessed me with multiple streams of income as well as the bishop. He has multiple streams of income outside the church. When he wasn't getting paid here, God still blessed him. God still bless. So y'all go and record and tell that. Yeah. I tell Bishop all the time, I told God a long time ago, I'm not going to serve you and your people, and I'm broke. I look like brokenness. So how can I be a living witness to you all that God is healer? Okay, let me go with my assignment because the bishop about to give you a pop-up. All right, you had the...
For the first time, put your hands together and get out. For the first...
So interesting that she also praised her own ministry right in the beginning, eh? Talk to me here, my sister. I find it interesting that you chose these two. What are you catching here? I see first of all her need to compete with her husband. She says she's not, but she is.
It's like she's establishing her dominance. So we're talking about you, the first lady, and it's nothing wrong with being down to earth and laughing, all that kind of stuff. But this is your first time making an announcement.
That was the first time, really? Okay.
So you supposed to be making an announcement. You done went off into a whole rant. First of all, we ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Now you done went into a whole rant trying to put yourself to the forefront. I got money and I pay for this, I pay for that.
And she has her own ministry, she said, and her own calling. And
y'all are one. It's not the first thing she said was singles. When y'all are dating, make sure you don't marry somebody who is in competition with you. My thing is, what team competes against itself? You playing for the same team.
You're the same team.
You competing against yourself? First of all, this is one vision, one mission. If your vision don't align with his vision, then something is wrong. So y'all are one. So why y'all competing? What do you mean? That's telling women that they have their own vision. The father get a vision to your husband, and then your job in that is to help him complete the vision. It's not saying if what you like to do aligns with what your husband's vision is, then it will be fulfilled. So
that's so true. Do you think that comes because of the concept of partnership that women enter into these days? Like the modern term of marriage is a partnership.
It's
two different teams like colliding.
We're not equal. We're not equal.
kind of repeat it again because maybe we can watch it again. But she was hinting to the fact that she was thanking him for giving her the stage, this
Yes.
you know, the place
Mm-hmm.
to show her stuff, right?
Like you went on a whole rant talking about thank you that you not like the man people say you are on the internet. Why would we even say that?
Well,
How is
because
that different?
well, because they have a helicopter.
I'm out the helicopter.
I
It
bought
was
the helicopter.
me.
I
He
got the
blessed
money.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
so who are we glorifying?
Me,
Who are
me,
we
me,
being?
me, me. Yeah, the woman and her success in a sense. Yeah.
This was about an
Yeah.
announcement. It's not for
Mhm,
you to throw shade across the pulpit or
mhm,
for you to talk. It's about an
mhm,
announcement. And then in you talking, nothing that you said was glorifying or honoring, reverencing your husband.
mhm.
It was all about you and what you got and how the Father has blessed you. And there's nothing wrong with the Father blessing you with multiple streams of income. It just wasn't something that we had to know.
But it's kind of touching close to home for me, okay?
Mhm.
Because the temptation is, especially when we are public women, and you and I
Mhm.
are, and she is as well,
Yes.
to steal the glory from our husbands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There
Mhm.
is, we have to be honest, there is always that temptation. It's so easy to slide into
Mhm.
it. But we
Yes.
must decrease for him to increase,
Increase.
right?
Exactly.
And that's how the Father has ordained it to be. But even
Yes.
the, I think that was his first sin. Even Eve wanted what Adam had. She wanted his position,
Yes.
right?
She was never satisfied with what she have. She
Mhm.
wanted more. I want more knowledge. You
Mhm.
want to know more than your husband. And it's,
Mhm.
it shows in today's time, women always want more. We want to know more than our husband. You get a little bit of position, then you can't tell me nothing. You
Yeah.
want to teach him. You want this control. The Bible was
Also the
exactly
attention. Also the
it.
attention that he's getting. You want that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to be seen in the forefront. When
Yeah.
people see you, they should see your husband. It's not
That
about you being seen.
that's a good one. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have to cover our heads in
Yeah.
Torah in because we cover our glory because our glory can shine. It's not that we don't have it. The glory is the
Yes.
woman is the head, but the head of the woman is the man. And in honor of
Exactly.
him, we say, okay, I'm gonna cover it. I know that if I slanted with a wig and everything, it would be,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, Deborah, you look so wonderful. But we
It
cover it
brings a humbleness.
to humble
Yes.
ourselves and to say that we have a head and we are his servant. It's a humbling thing to wear a headpiece in
It
public
is.
and in prayer, but it helps us to see our position and to know that we're honoring the Father like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and to not steal his glory, right?
Exactly.
Because he's a representative in and that's a good that's a very good catch. And then we also correct it for me and for you and for every woman that has these kind of positions to be very careful not to
Yeah.
do that. So thank you so
And
much.
you have
Yeah.
to be very careful because
Mhm.
the way that the system is set up is always designed to put the woman in the forefront and
Yes.
decrease the man. So we have
Yeah.
to be careful because it's people already, oh, you did so good. You did better than him. You
Preaching.
almost preaching better
Yes.
than your husband, or you doing
Oh,
this to build your head up and make him look less in your
yes.
mind. So now you thinking, oh, I do this better than you. I'm
Yeah.
preaching better than you. All these different things. And that's
Yeah.
not the way that it's supposed to be. Even if you did speak good, my husband is still my head.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not going to try to
Um,
outshine him. I'm seen regardless because I'm seen because I'm honoring him, making
yeah.
him look good. So they all
Yes.
see me. So it's
Yes.
not
Yes.
about me personally. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If I gotta be in the forefront. No,
We have to
I'm not
catch
coming
ourselves.
for that.
This is such a timely message. Thank you, Sister Ahava.
Yes.
Definitely need to catch ourselves. And it's so tempting because the devil himself, the enemy himself, he was up there and he wanted to have
Mhm.
equality with Yah. He wanted to get all the glory as well. He
Exactly.
wanted to shine. He was jealous of
Mhm.
the Most High, right?
Yeah.
Yet Yeshua came as a servant and he humbled himself.
Yes, very much
To the
so.
point of the cross, right? And he said to about his father that he must decrease so that Yah could increase.
Increase. And
If
that's the same
Yeshua
with
said
God.
that, wow. So that's
Because
the
it's the
attitude.
order.
It is an honor, isn't it?
It's the
So let
order
us.
that he's setting in.
Wow. What and with that example of Yeshua, how dare we now try to steal the glory of our husbands and you know the worldly women won't understand this conversation at all.
No, they won't.
They're saying, "Girl, you be stupid. You got degrees. You got all this money. You got all this wealth. You know, you're smarter than him. You just go put yourself down." And they see that as humiliating and abusive and all the other terms they
Mhm.
like to say.
It's
But
just like you said.
nobody is drugging Sister Ahava. She's good.
No,
She's
I'm
safe.
good. I'm enjoying it.
Not
It's just like
brainwashed.
Solomon. He said, all these things that we gather in the world is vanity. He had everything.
Vanity.
His vanity and meant nothing at the end.
And that's another thing is that it's not about our wealth and everything like this. The Proverbs 31 woman was also wealthy. She bought a
Mm-hmm.
field and
Mm-hmm.
everything, but at the end, she, like you said, she gave glory to her husband who was at the gate, right? She gave honor to him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for this discussion and bring it on, sisters. If you got more we wanted to view with Sister
Yes.
Ahava and I, we'd love to do it. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us in Call for Wisdom. Again, if you want to reach out with Sister Ahava, we're going to leave the description of her email at how you can do that. And with me, I have one-on-one sessions on clarity. I'll give you descriptions down there. You can call me up. It does cost a little bit, but you can talk. And we're available for you. We keep on praying for you. Be blessed, my sisters. We are going out. Take care.
Shalom.
Shalom.